Hey guys, welcome to the Witching Hour. If you like this video, please subscribe and click the bell icon. I was one of those sad souls that watched Game of Thrones, rewatched it, and then rewatched it a couple more times, just keeping myself from going into Game of Thrones withdrawal while I eagerly waited for season 8. But it was a nerve-wracking wait because I knew that they couldn't do the show justice in 6 episodes. It easily needed 2 more seasons. And then Season 8 began, and I spent the next 6 weeks cussing like a madwoman every time I thought about or watched the show. After the finale, I felt angry because Dan Weiss and David Benioff let us down. They took a show that the sky was the limit and basically screwed the pooch. I've since gotten past it, but no more rewatching it for me. I'll have to wait for the prequel for my Game of Thrones fix. But until then, there are a few shows that I can't wait to dive into. Right now, The Witcher is at the top of that list. I didn't know much about it, but when I found out that the show was going to follow the books, I started reading. The first book is The Last Wish. It's filled with short stories to introduce a Witcher named Geralt. I'm going to attempt to unpack the book with y'all a chapter or so at a time. The first chapter that I'm going to delve into is The Witcher. This is your only chance. There will be spoilers from the book, so if you haven't read it and you don't want to know, you might want to leave. Let's get started. Geralt goes to a seedy inn in Witcham for a beer and a room, but ends up in a brawl where he kills the men that are antagonizing him. He's taken to the Castellan to determine his punishment. Geralt then reveals that he is there to inquire about a job that will pay him 3,000 oren. Castellan Velarad tries to convince him that he should not take the job and explains how many men have tried before and that most did not live to tell about it. If the monster didn't rip them apart, King Folstead had them hanged. Velarad tells Geralt the story about King Folstead having an affair with his own sister and knocking her up. When she gives birth, the daughter is a monstrous-looking creature and both mother and daughter die. They are then laid to rest in a joint sarcophagus. Years later, the girl turns into a Striga and begins ripping people apart and feeding off of them. It's determined that a curse was placed on her because of her father's incestuous relationship with his sister. I don't know about y'all, but all these brothers and sisters on these shows making babies is twisted as hell. He also tells Geralt that arrangements can be made for 1,000 oren if he just goes and kills the Striga. The Witcher neither agrees or denies him. The Castellan takes the Witcher to see King Folstead. Geralt tells the king that he may be able to break the spell by staying in the palace overnight. As long as the Striga is outside her tomb at the third crowing of a rooster, and he warns the king that if she does survive, she will have to wear a sapphire, or an inclusion, which is sapphire with a pocket of air inside of it, around her neck day and night. Geralt began preparing for the task at hand. He spoke an incantation and drank 2 vials of potion. Only witchers could drink these potions without dying. The potions gave him special powers, strength, agility, keen hearing, and cat-like eyes. He heard someone coming from a distance, so he went to see who it was. It was Ostrid, a member of King Folsted's royal court. He tried to bribe the Witcher to leave the palace and not kill the Striga. It was revealed that there was political discourse and many people wanted to form a coup and remove Folstead as king. Geralt refused him, so Ostrid threatened to kill the Witcher. "You asked for this, you sorcerer. Your tricks won't help you. I carry the turtle stone." Geralt smiled because he knew the turtle stone was a myth. He subdued him, and when Ostrid came to, he was tied up, and Geralt had decided to use him as bait. Ostrid admitted his hate for the king and his love for Ada, the king's sister. The Witcher eventually untied Ostrid, but the Striga caught up to him and killed him quickly. It was 3 hours until dawn, and Geralt waited at the entrance to the tomb. He came face to face with the Striga, and the description had been accurate. The disproportionately large head set on a short neck was surrounded by a tangled curly halo of reddish hair. Her eyes shone in the darkness like an animal's. The Striga stood motionless, her gaze fixed on Geralt. Suddenly she opened her jaws as if proud of her rows of pointed teeth, then snapped them shut with a crack like a chest being closed, and leapt slashing at the Witcher with her bloody claws. They attacked one another, but Geralt eventually got the upper hand, and the Striga ran from him. He went back down to the crypt. He took the third vial of potion and climbed into the Striga's tomb that she shared with her mother for a nap. When the Witcher woke up and left the tomb, he saw the young girl lying on the ground without any clothes on. She was rather ugly, slim, with small pointed breasts, and dirty. Her hair, flaxen red, reached almost to her waist. He let his guard down, and she ripped into his neck with her talons. They struggled, and then the Witcher bit into her neck. He woke up 2 days later, badly injured, but to the news that she was, as we say in the South, a little touched. But she was okay. I have fallen in love with this book, and that's saying something because I have some serious ADD. It's made me even more excited to see The Witcher. If you'd like to see more of my content, please subscribe, like the video, and comment down below. I hope y'all have a great day. Bye, guys.